Dear students, welcome to the video one-tailed and two-tailed hypothesis tests. Dear students, in all the examples you saw in the first part of this topic, you were dealing with examples in which you had either your critical region in the left-hand side or left tail or right-hand side. And it was one-tailed hypothesis test because there was either increase or decrease in parameter. Here in this video, we are going to deal with cases in which you have two-tailed hypothesis test. Actually, your alternative hypothesis, your parameter is opposite to what you have in null hypothesis. Just keep this point into your mind that when you have two-tailed hypothesis test, your significance level should be shared in between the two ends. So if it is given 10% significance level, it should be divided by 2. 5% is given to each end. Now let's see some examples. First example, in a particular coastal area, on average 35% of the rocks contain fossils. Jamila selects 12 rocks at random from this area and breaks them open. She finds fossils in 2 of the rocks. Part A, test at the 10% level of significance if there is evidence to show the average of 35% is incorrect. Part B, in how many of the 12 rocks would Jamila need to find fossils to reject the null hypothesis? Part C, would Jamila's conclusion be different if the test was one-tailed? Okay, part A. Let x be the random variable number of rocks containing fossils. X will have binomial distribution with 12 as n and 0.35 as p. So q will be 0.65. Now, your null hypothesis will be p is equal to 0.35, as the question says that check if it is incorrect. Incorrect means opposite to 0.35. So your alternative hypothesis will be p opposite 0.35. And as you see, the question says that test at the 10% level of significance. As you see, this shows that you have two-tailed test. When you have two-tailed test, your significance level should be divided by 2 to give 5% to either of the ends. So your significance level will be 5% for each end. Now, two rocks actually contain fossils, as you see here. So as 2 is closer to the left hand side of the region, so we check probability of x less or equal to 2, which will equal to x is equal to 0, 1 or 2. Now it gives you combination of 12, 0, 0.35 to the power of 0 and 0.65 to the power of 12 plus combination of 12, 1, 0.35 to the power of 1, 0.65 to the power of 11, plus combination of 12, 2, 0.35 to the power of 2, 0.65 to the power of 10. At the end, will give you 1.5, 0.151, which is 15.1%. Now, as this 15.1% is greater than 5%, so it is in acceptance region. It is not in the rejection region. So there is not enough evidence to accept H1, or you can say to reject H0. Part B, it says, in how many of the 12 rocks would Jamila need to find fossils to reject the null hypothesis? Now, we saw that probability of x less or equal to 2 is actually 15.1%. Now, so it is in acceptance region. Now we go to the left hand side. we've calculated probability of x less or equal to 1. Probability of x less or equal to 1 will be 0.0424, which is 4.24%, which is less than 5%. It means that 1 is in critical region, in rejection region, 2 is in acceptance region. So as a result, 1 is critical value. So if she finds 1 or less, then she can actually reject HO. Now it was actually a test done in the left hand side tail. Now we go to the other end. We check the other, the region on the right hand side. We calculate probability of x, for example, greater or equal to 7. It's a matter of test and trial. So probability of x greater than or equal to 7 will be 0.0846, which is 8.46%. Now probability of x greater or equal to x greater than 7 is 8.46%, which is greater than 5%. So it means that it is in the acceptance region. Now we go one step towards right. Probability of x greater or equal to 8 is equal to 0.0255, which is 2.55%. It is less than 5% significance level. So it means that 8 is a critical value. 8 is critical value. So if she finds 8 or more rocks containing fossils, again she can reject HO. Now part C, it says, would Jamila's conclusion be different if the test was one-tailed? So if the test was one-tailed, so your significance level won't change. It will remain again 10%. Now she finds two fossils, two rocks containing fossils. So we calculate probability of x less or equal to 2, which is calculated and became 15.1%, and it is still more than 10%. So it means that again it still is located in acceptance region. So in this case also there is not enough evidence, to again reject HO, or you could say to accept H1.